Hello, everybody. I'm Richard Osman. Welcome to a brand new week on House of Games. 4 famous faces, all battling for the worst trophy on television. Every time I press this buzzer, a new game comes up. I never know what it's going to be. They never know what it's going to be either. Shall we meet our players this week? As always, we've picked 3 comedians and a psychotherapist. Our players are Sarah Millican.
Hello.
Philippa Perry.
Hi.
Nabil Abdulrashid. And Luke Kempner.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. This is jolly. This is jolly, Sarah, isn't it?
It is. I'm excited.
I mean, 3 comedians, though. That's tricky.
Yeah, I feel cheated.
Do you?
Well, there used to be one comedian on who won.
Well, your husband, Gary, has been on and won, so you got a trophy at the Millican household.
And it also doesn't have his name on, so I could totally claim it if I don't do very well.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah. Philippa, the only non-comedian on the show.
Yep.
How are you with competition? How are you as a quizzer?
I am very competitive.
Excellent.
And I like to win.
This is going to be great as we see the gradual decline of Philippa Perry across the week. It's great. We'll break you down by Wednesday, build you back up by Friday.
OK, thanks.
That's how we're going to do it. Nabil, how are you?
I'm not fine. I'm not fine at all. I'm wondering why I chose to do this. I know why. It's my housemates. They've been doing my head in, but I can't do anything about it because I'm their father, after all.
There you go. Nabil, someone's going to win the trophy at the end of the week, OK? But there are also daily prizes. Shall we take a look at today's daily prizes? If you were to win today, you can take home to your tiny housemates one of these things. There's the bathrobe, there is the shower curtain. I mean, come on. There are the coasters, there's the bread bin or the compost bin.
My kids can only fit in 2 of those things.
If we get the dressing gown, do we also get the wig and the glasses or not?
If you do, yes, you can.
OK,
you can have that.
just a
you
question,
can have that.
Thank you.
Nabil?
Oh, the compost thingy.
Compost, of course, compost. Luke Kempner.
Hello.
Now, comedian, impressionist, singer. You can do it all. How are you as a quizzer?
Very competitive. I really like to win. I don't mind about falling out with family members as long as I win.
Great.
So, yeah, I'm sorry, guys. You will hate me by the end.
I hate you now.
Good. That's it, good. It's good. Let's get it started now.
Gets it out of the way, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Nabil?
exactly.
Gets it out of the way. This is going to be a very competitive week. This is lovely. We're going to see an awful lot of disappointment, aren't we? That's what we like on this show. Shall we play a week of House of Games?
Yeah.
First game of the week is going to be rhyme time. 2 questions at a time. The answers rhyme with each other. Fingers on buzzers, please. Here is your... This is exciting, isn't it?
The first lean.
The first lean. Here's your first question. Japanese martial art that became an Olympic sport in 1964. And board game featuring Professor Plum and Mrs. Peacock. Yes, Nabil.
Judo Cluedo?
Judo Cluedo. What a lovely start to the week for Nabil.
Yes. Hajime.
There you go. Next question. Long-running sci-fi drama that features the TARDIS and 1979 ABBA hit with a French title. Yes, Sarah.
Doctor Who, voulez-vous?
Doctor Who, voulez-vous. Well played. It's fun to say as well. And next question, fingers on buzzers, please. Composer of The Marriage of Figaro. And what is this? Yes, Luke.
Mozart go-kart.
Mozart go-karts. Very well played, Luke Kempner. Next question. Aborted moon mission of 1970 and 1966 Beatles song sung by Ringo. Nabil.
Apollo 13, Yellow Submarine.
Apollo 13, Yellow Submarine. Absolutely right, Nabil. Well played. Nicely done. Next one. What is this? And what is the title of this song?
Don't say thank you, oh please, I do.
Sarah
Mince
Millican.
pie.
Oh, it was Sarah. Sarah Millican.
Mince pie bad guy?
Mince pie bad guy? Well played, it is. Bill thought he had you on the buzzer, but Sarah buzzes in first. Final question in this round. Who is this? And Where It Is All Quiet, according to the title of a 1930 Oscar-winning film. Sarah.
Jeremy Hunt on the Western Front.
Very good.
Absolutely right, Jeremy Hunt on the Western Front. Well played. It's the end of our first round. Let's take a look at our first leaderboard, shall we? First leaderboard of the week. Here's how we're looking. Luke, you have 1. Nabil, you have 2. We have an early leader, Sarah Millican, with 3 points. Well played, Sarah. Should we play a pairs game? First
Yeah,
pairs
that
game of the
might
week.
help.
Let's do that, Philippa, shall we? Our first pairs game this week is going to be... Distinctly average. The player in 4th place gets to choose their partner. Philippa, today that is you. Who would you like to play with today?
I'll play with the winner, that is Sarah, please.
Clever. Sarah and Philippa, you're a team. Nabil and Luke, you are a team. If you take your tablets out, please. I'm going to ask you some questions. Write down a number for your answer, please, and I'll take the average of each pair's number as their answer. And whoever is closest to the real answer scores a point. Have a little go at home. Team up with someone if you wish, or play by yourself. And give me a number for this. Set in 2003, what is the world record for most consecutive somersaults on a trampoline?
Oh, I know this.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Finally, Luke, the revision pays off. What do you think at home on this one? I mean, world record, isn't it? So there's got to be a few. OK, everybody's in. Sarah, what are you thinking on this one?
I've just taken a stab in the dark, Richard, and I've gone with 300.
Doesn't sound
It
unreasonable.
feels achievable, maybe not by me, but by somebody whose job it is.
300. Philip, are you gone up or down from 300?
I've gone down because I'm a bit tired, so I couldn't imagine doing more than about 3 personally.
I hope you said 3.
But I imagine the person that was doing it was a bit more athletic than me, so I went for 58.
58 somersaults. So your average, Sarah and Philippa, is 179
I think that's good.
somersaults.
I think I was too high, so I'm glad you brought me down.
Perfect.
No, I'm happy with
Oh, I will bring everybody down.
Nabil, what are you thinking here?
Right, now, I don't really mess with trampolines for obvious reasons.
So, Nabil, same.
But I know that people that do stuff like this they're given a bit of time. So I arrived at my answer, which I felt was reasonable, which is 400.
453, highest we've seen yet. Luke, up or down from 453?
Well, I don't think you guys have got enough belief in people that do somersaults in trampolines.
Oh, he's gone big. Luke's gone big, I think.
I feel like they're going to be really good at it, so I've gone for 750.
750.
Which could be
I
utterly
feel
mad.
much less mad now.
So your average, gentleman, is 601.5. That half is when it all came to an end. So we've got 179, we've got 601.5. What do you think at home? Where are you on this one? World record. Let's take a look at what the answer is, shall we? So what is the answer? What's the world record? And which team has scored the point? Yeah! How about that?
That is cracking.
3,333. They did 36 somersaults in 1 minute at one point.
Whoa.
How do you do that? That's like 1 every 2 seconds. It's exactly like that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's madness.
Well, the point there goes to Nabil and Luke. Well done at home if you were up in the thousands.
Well
Still
done.
That one.
keeping my 0 score.
That's OK. That's OK, Philippa. Don't you
When
worry
I'm
about that.
competitive, I meant for the lowest score.
Yeah.
I wonder if you could write me down a number for this, please. How many minutes per day did the average UK adult spend watching TV and online video content in the month of April 2020, including DVDs as well? So TV, online video. It's a tricky one, isn't it? You don't want to give away too much about one's own TV watching habits.
Too late.
What do you think at home? You've got an answer. Everyone's got an answer here. Nabil, what's your thinking here?
I figured that phone consumption of like Netflix and stuff like that would count.
Yeah.
And I know it probably an average of about 15 hours a day.
Yeah.
The TV might be on if they've got kids at home and stuff. So I went to 9,000 minutes, right?
9,000, so that'd be 150 hours a day. I think we have. I think we have an issue with averages here.
Sorry, 900.
I have to take what's written down.
No.
Yeah.
Thank you. Luke, normally at this stage I would say, are you going up or down from that? I'm guessing you're going down.
Yeah, how do I get that average at? Minus 500. Now, I've gone for 5 hours a day, which is 300 minutes.
300 minutes. So your average, gentlemen, is 4,650 minutes per day.
Oh, God, my wife is going to let me live this down.
Philippa, Philippa?
Well, I watch 4 hours a day, so I reckoned I'm very low. So I added another 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Exactly. I reckon I'm about 10 minutes away from the average, so
Yeah.
250. Now, Sarah, again, I could say up or down. I could do some Jeopardy. Look, we know who's won the points. What's your thinking?
Well, my thinking was some people during that month were working still.
Okay.
And some people weren't.
Yes.
So I tried to work out what sort of halfway house would be, and I worked out at 12 hours a day.
Wow, okay.
Because of lockdown.
Well, yeah, because I would have it on for kind of comfort as well.
Didn't think it's lockdown, yeah.
So I went 12 hours, 7:20.
So your average, Sarah and Philippa, is 485, which is 8 hours a day. What are you saying at home on this one? How many minutes per day did the average UK adult spend watching TV and online video in 2020, and who scored the points? 385, OK, quite fast. 6.5 hours a day.
Well done.
How about that?
I mean,
That is
doesn't
a
matter
lot.
that I was almost right, does it, Nabil?
That is a lot.
And it was an hour and a half more than the previous year because of lockdown.
Only an hour and a half.
Yeah. So a point there to Sarah and Philippa.
Got a point. Got one to lose on Answer Smash
Get
now.
in. Final question in this round. According to the National Caravan Council, how many touring caravans are there in the UK? That's a nice question.
Can you just say too many?
So no.
Nabil, don't write 60 million.
Well, if everybody has one.
OK, everyone is in. Philippa, what's your thinking on this?
Well, my thinking on this was that I'm usually stuck behind one.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought there must be very many. Oh, I don't know. Then I just plucked a number out, and it seems a bit high.
358. I don't think Sarah thinks it's high.
I really don't.
So you're saying 358,123 caravans. Sarah, it sounds like maybe you've gone up.
I think I have. So, rough maths, 60 million people, 10 million pensioners, 2 million of those pensioners like a B&B.
Yes.
8 million.
8 million. Hey, that's a lot of caravans, isn't it?
It's a lot of caravans. It feels like there's that many when you're on the road, like Philippa says. Yeah.
I think there's about 20 million households in the UK, so it's roughly 1 in every 2 households. Sarah and Philippa, your average is... So 4.1 million.
You thought I was just doing too well, didn't you?
Yeah.
Luke, you up in the millions?
I would feel confident, but I've no idea what Nabil has put yet. But I might have gone too low here. I've gone for 20,000.
We have some difference of opinions here.
I just don't feel like there's that many people with a caravan. It's quite an expensive outlay.
Nabil, up or down?
I did a calculation and multiplied it by the amount of hours in the day.
Nabil, we have talked about this already.
So, I mean, I'm always stuck behind them too, but it's always just one.
Yeah.
So I thought that many people can't have them, but still a lot. So I went with 200,000.
200,000. So your average, Luke and Nabil, is 110,000. So up in the millions or the 100,000s. Where are you at home on this one? What do you reckon? How many caravans are there in the UK? Let's find out, shall we? And see which team has scored a point. 555,000. The point goes to Nabil and Luke. Very well done. Philippa, you're the closest individual, but the point goes to Nabil and Luke.
Never mind.
Tablets away, everybody. Let's take a look at our scores after 2 rounds of Monday's House of Games. Philippa off the mark there with 1. Luke, you have 3. We have joint leaders, Nabil and Sarah, 4 points each. Very well played. 3 rounds to go on our first show of the week. Here's our next one. Win when they are singing. Get your stopwatches out at home on your phone, however you like to do it. In this round, we will play you the first few bars of a famous song. We will then fade out that song. You've got to keep playing along with it in your head. And when you think the first word is sung, press the buzzer, please. And same at home. Listen through. When you think the first word is sung, stop your stopwatch. And whoever is closest wins themselves a point. Here's your first song. Start your stopwatch now.
There's 2 rounds of it, isn't there?
Yeah, well, that was the thing. You two certainly went in after the first little round of it, and Sarah really holding out for a long time. What do you think at home? What time have you got? Take My Breath Away by Berlin, from, or the song from Top Gun.
Yeah.
As it's officially known. Let's take a look at your times. Luke and Nabil, Luke, Nabil and Philippa all close together. Sarah hoping it goes around twice, essentially. Should we take a little listen and see who scored the points?
I'm scared.
Here we go. Take My Breath Away. First time round. Wow!
Don't be so surprised.
That took us all by surprise. We were waiting for the second time. Philippa within 0.05 of a second on that one.
Well done.
Point to Philippa. Well done at home if you got close to that one as well. Should we do another one? Start your stopwatches now. That felt more panicked than the last one.
Yeah, I wasn't going to wait another 10 seconds.
No idea what that was.
That's Upside Down, Diana Ross.
Oh.
Upside Down, Eternity. Let's take a look at the times. Luke went 10.37, then everyone else panicked because they heard him press the buzzer.
Exactly
Immediately
that.
went in. So all within about 1.2 seconds there. Let's take a listen, see who scored the point. Well done. Very nice. 9.62, very well done if you said that. Point to Luke, final question in this round, final song, final chance to press your stopwatch. Start it now. Okay, I'll give you a few extra seconds at home. Two Princes by the Spin Doctors. Already got it home on that one. Again, I think possibly it was Luke and then everyone else. Yeah. Oh, all within 0.6 of a second. 11.77 up to 12.32. Shall we have a little listen? See who's got the final point of the round. This is a catchy one. Oh, it goes around again. Oh, Spin Doctors. 19.39, Philippa. You get yourself another point. Well done.
Was lucky.
That was the end of that round. Very well done if you held out on that one. The Spin Doctors won. Let's take a look at our scores. Only 2 rounds to go. 2 rounds before we find our first champion. And it is very, very, very close. Look at this. Philippa with 3, Sarah, Nabil, Luke, 4 points each. Wow. So we play round 4 today. It is... Where is it done?
Come on, we've been working for this, Sarah. Come on.
Tablets out, please. Have you been revising for this?
Oh, no. Very successfully.
Here is today's map. It's a map of Europe. The first thing I would like you to find is the first venue to host the Eurovision Song Contest. Where was that, and then where is that?
I know where it is, but I don't know where it is.
Oh, that's
where is that?
Oh.
Nice.
Oh, I interestingly don't know where it is or where that is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which, you know what? It might be handy.
Yeah.
What do you think at home? Do you know the answer to this one? It feels like the sort of thing one should know the answer to. I'm not sure that I do. Sarah, do you have any clue as to this?
I've chosen what I think is Norway. Right. Because I remember they would often say, like, Norvège, nil point, or whatever. And I thought, I've heard it in French. Yeah. It's definitely been in there. I don't know if it's ever hosted, though.
Gotcha.
So it's literally a wild guess.
Great. So, yep, absolutely in Norway. Philippa, do you know the answer to this?
I thought it was Luxembourg.
Interesting.
Well, was it in Strasbourg?
Oh, interesting.
Was it a berg? I've no idea where it... I've just...
Iceberg?
Middlesbrough?
So, look, that is... Yeah, Middlesbrough.
Yeah, Middlesbrough, my favourite place.
Year, isn't it? Here's some good news. You are bang on Luxembourg. Nabil, what were you thinking?
I had no clue. I don't watch Eurovision. I never will. I like actual music. But
what if 1 year Luke represents us, which, by the way, is a great idea?
Thank you. Let's start the petition now.
On that year, I will not only watch it, but study European geography with more detail. I kind of thought it wasn't Germany. Then maybe
yeah, you're near Germany. So Czechoslovakia would have been back then. Luke, we're in Norway, we're in Luxembourg, we're in Czech Republic. Where else are we?
Well, turns out I don't really know what the countries are without the little names on.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I went for one of the bigger spaces.
OK, all right.
And I think it's Germany.
It is Germany,
yeah,
yes, absolutely right. So I think none of us know the answer. Shall we see where the first Eurovision Song Contest was held and who has won the point? It was in Switzerland.
Oh.
And Philippa, you were closest with Luxembourg. Very well done. Very well done. OK, I wonder if you can find this. Where is the Grand Bazaar? I'm assuming it's not another name for the Harlequin Centre in Watford. That would be easier. OK, we're all in here. What do you think about the Grand Bazaar? Philippa, do you know where it is?
It sounded sort of Marrakeshi.
Yeah, you're in Morocco there. Nabil, what are you thinking?
Again, random guess, just...
Beautiful. Let's see where Nabil is.
No clue.
On the Polish-Lithuanian border there. Luke, any idea?
I was aiming for Hungary.
OK. Yes, we just won along from Hungary in Romania there. Sarah, did you know this one?
No, not at all. I've been quite tactical and I've gone sort of in the middle near the bottom.
In the middle near the bottom?
Yeah.
You are in Serbia.
But on the border of a lot of other places.
Yes, exactly.
Tactical.
So we've got Serbia, we've got Morocco, Romania, and we've got Poland. Now, the Grand Bazaar is in Istanbul, in Turkey, which makes sense. So let's take a look. Where is that and who has won the point? Luke, you are closest, only just. It's one of the largest covered markets in the world, the Grand Bazaar in Istanbul. Last question in this round. Where is this, please? La Sagrada Familia. It's finally one I know.
Do you?
I've been there.
What was the scenery? Did the scenery look
How long did it take you from Gatwick?
Annoyingly, I know as well, but I don't know if I've picked the place where it is. But
Everyone is in. What do we think at home? Who's been to the Sagrada Familia? Nabil, any clues on this one?
One of the romantic languages, Italian or Spanish.
Of course.
So I just thought where I think Italy is.
OK.
And just go on the border.
Yeah, at the very sort of top of Italy. Kind of, you're in Venice. Luke, you have been to the Sagrada Familia?
Yes, I believe it's the unfinished cathedral. Is it a cathedral? In Barcelona.
Sì.
Sì.
Sì,
tutto bene. But I think I've gone for Spain. Is that Spain?
You're in Spain.
OK, good.
That's good news, isn't it? Sarah, any clues on this one? Did you think it was Barcelona?
I felt like Familia was Italian, so I've also, like Nabil, gone with Italy, but I've gone like slap bang thigh region.
Yeah, kind of Rome.
Which is what it's known as.
Roma, yeah, slap bang thigh region.
Yeah.
Roma. Philippa, you've been to the Sagrada Familia?
I have.
Interesting.
And I seem to remember that Barcelona's by the sea.
Yeah.
Sí.
Because I went in the sea, but I didn't know if it was Atlantic or Mediterranean.
Oh, gotcha.
Pretty hopeless. I've gone there.
Here we are down the bottom of Spain. So, La Sagrada Familia, it is the unfinished cathedral by Gaudi in Barcelona. Let's take a look. Where is Barcelona and who has scored the final point of the round? Luke is closest there.
Sorry.
That is the end of that round. Tablets away, please. We have one round to go.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Today's House of Games.
Here we go.
Let's take a look at our leaderboard going into it. Still very close, but going to answer smash. Luke Kempner has a 2-point lead. Well played, Luke. get straight on, shall we, and find our first champion as we play Answer Smash. Here we go. Fingers on buzzers, everybody. Point for a correct answer, point off for an incorrect answer. Don't forget, we're about to find our first champion of the week. Here's your first category. Mammals. Those will be the pictures. There'll be a clue above, a picture below. Smash the clue into the picture. Good luck, one and all. The era of tension between the US and the Soviet Union after World War II is commonly referred to by what name? Yes, Nabil.
The Cold Warthog.
The Cold Warthog is absolutely right. Well played. Next clue, next picture. Which Asian country is the birthplace of karaoke? Yes, Philippa.
Japamadillo? No.
It is not Japamadillo. It's not. You lose a point, I'm afraid. Anybody? It's Japangolin.
Oh.
Is the answer. Japan and pangolin. Next category. TV presenters. Those will be the pictures. There'll be clues above. Which play school presenter also narrated the children's TV series Trumpton and Camberwick Green? Sarah.
Brian Cantondek.
Brian Cantondek. It's the right answer, Sarah. Brian Cantondek. Next clue, next picture. Which hit single by Busted is about a flight attendant? Yes, Sarah.
Air Hostess Daily.
Air Hostess Daily? It's the right answer. Air Hostess and Tess Daily. Next category. Gardening equipment. Here's the clue and here's the picture. Which song by the Bobby Fuller Four was most famously covered by The Clash in 1979? Yes, Sarah.
No. Sorry, I thought I had it and I haven't.
No, you lose a point, I'm
Yeah,
afraid.
sorry.
So sorry. Anyone else fancy? I Fought the Lawnmower.
I was, should I stay or should I go more?
Next clue, next gardening equipment. That is the last question of the show. Sarah loses a point on the very last question. Has that made a difference? Let's find out, shall we? It's been very close all day, but who is our first champion of the week on House of Games? Luke Kempner by 1 point. Sarah.
The Clash.
Luke, congratulations.
Wow.
What a competitive day.
Yeah. It's good because I'm so bad at Answer Smash, so I needed some sort of buffer.
You've won yourself a prize.
Ooh.
First prize of the week. Which of these would you like to take home with you?
Oh, OK. I'm going with the compost.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Luke Kempner takes home a House of Games compost bin. Congratulations, Luke. Let's take a look at our first weekly leaderboard. Luke taking the maximum of 4 points through to tomorrow. Nabil and Sarah with 3 points each. Philippa there with 1. All to play for all week, I suspect. It feels like a week where we're going to have multiple champions. Thank you. That was a terrific day's quizzing. Shall we do it again tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yes.
Lovely. See you here, same time, same place. We'll see you as well, same time, same place, on the House of Games.
Keeping your worms so far?
Well, exactly. They're just roaming free, and now they've got a home.
Oh.